A Descent into Darkness, True Stories, Real Terror. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 scariest movies based on true stories. These films are not just figments of imagination. They are inspired by real-life events that will send shivers down your spine. We're about to take a terrifying trip down memory lane, revisiting the dark corners of history that inspired some of Hollywood's most bone-chilling films. From demonic possessions to unsolved mysteries, these stories are a chilling reminder that sometimes truth is far more terrifying than fiction. Get ready to turn off the lights, grab a blanket, and prepare to be disturbed. Because we're about to explore the sinister side of cinema, where the lines between reality and nightmare blur and the unimaginable comes to life. The Conjuring, the Devil's Advocate. Our journey into the heart of darkness begins with The Conjuring. This film, a masterclass in suspense and dread, chronicles the chilling experiences of Ed and Lorraine Warren, famed paranormal investigators who dedicated their lives to battling the forces of evil. The Warrens, portrayed with chilling authenticity in the film, were drawn to the most haunted corners of America, places where reason faltered and darkness reigned. Their case files, filled with tales of demonic entities, cursed objects, and malevolent spirits, read like something straight out of a nightmare. The Conjuring plunges us headfirst into one of their most harrowing cases, the haunting of the Perron family. This Rhode Island farmhouse became a battleground between the living and the dead, a place where shadows whispered secrets and an ancient evil lurked. The film masterfully captures the isolation and vulnerability of a family tormented by an unseen force. The creaking floorboards, the whispering voices, the icy touch of something not of this world. It's enough to make your skin crawl. The Conjuring is a stark reminder that some doors are best left unopened and some secrets are better left buried, because sometimes the things that go bump in the night are all too real. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Devil's Grip. Our next descent into darkness takes us to the edge of sanity, into the heart of a battle between faith and madness. The Exorcism of Emily Rose is not merely a horror film, it's a harrowing exploration of the human psyche when confronted with the truly unknowable. Inspired by the chilling true story of Annalisa Michel, the film plunges us into the depths of a demonic possession case that shocked the world. We witness the terrifying deterioration of a young woman, her body and mind besieged by an unseen force. The film doesn't shy away from the gruesome details, the contortions, the guttural voices, the utter despair of a soul trapped in a demonic embrace. It's a visceral and unflinching portrayal of possession, leaving the audience shaken and questioning the very nature of good and evil. The Exorcism of Emily Rose isn't just about special effects and jump scares. It delves into the profound questions of faith, doubt, and the fine line that separates sanity from madness. Was Annalisa truly possessed by a demonic entity, or was she a victim of mental illness? The film offers no easy answers, leaving the audience to grapple with the unsettling possibilities long after the credits roll. The Amityville Horror, A House of Shadows. Our journey through the annals of terror brings us to 112 Ocean Avenue, the infamous address forever etched in the nightmares of horror fans. The Amityville Horror is more than just a haunted house story, it's a chilling chronicle of a family's descent into a waking nightmare. The film draws inspiration from the unsettling experiences of the Lutz family, who claimed their dream home was a portal to hell. Their 28-day ordeal, plagued by cold spots, foul odors, disembodied voices, and terrifying apparitions, became a media sensation, leaving the public both horrified and skeptical. The Amityville Horror preys on our primal fears, tapping into the unsettling notion that the very place meant to offer sanctuary, our home, can be twisted into a prison of fear. The film's depiction of the house with its iconic eye-like windows becomes a character itself, a brooding presence that exudes menace and despair. We witness the family's gradual unraveling as the supernatural occurrences escalate, pushing them to the brink of madness. The film is a masterclass in building tension, ratcheting up the dread with each passing moment until it reaches a fever pitch. The Amityville Horror remains a chilling reminder that some houses harbor dark secrets and some stories, no matter how unbelievable, refuse to be silenced. Chapter 4: Zodiac Terror in Plain Sight. Prepare to delve into the chilling world of unsolved mysteries and the relentless pursuit of justice. Zodiac, a masterpiece of suspense and psychological terror, takes us on a chilling journey into the mind of one of America's most notorious serial killers. The film, based on the real-life Zodiac killer who terrorized San Francisco in the late 1960s and early 1970s, is a haunting reminder that some monsters walk among us, hiding in plain sight. The killer, who taunted police with cryptic messages and ciphers, was never caught, leaving a trail of fear and unanswered questions in his wake. Zodiac captures the paranoia and dread that gripped the Bay Area during the killer's reign of terror. The film meticulously recreates the era, from the gritty streets of San Francisco to the haunting whispers of the killer's chilling phone calls. We follow the obsessive pursuit of justice by a dedicated group of investigators and journalists, their lives consumed by the case. The film's strength lies in its unflinching realism, its refusal to offer easy answers or Hollywood endings. Zodiac is a chilling reminder that some mysteries are never solved, some wounds never heal, and some monsters may never be brought to justice. Chapter 5: The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Shadow of a Monster. Our next descent into the abyss of human depravity takes us to the desolate backroads of Texas. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a film that shocked audiences and redefined horror, is loosely based on the crimes of Ed Gein, a real-life monster who inspired countless nightmares. While the film takes creative liberties with Gein's gruesome story, the core elements of his crimes, the skin suits, the masks made of human flesh, the furniture crafted from bones, are all too real, a testament to the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary individuals. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre traps us in a nightmare with a group of unsuspecting young adults who stumble upon a family of cannibalistic killers. The film's grainy, documentary-style cinematography adds to the realism, making it feel like we're watching a snuff film unfold before our very eyes. The film's most enduring villain, Leatherface, a hulking figure wearing a mask of human skin and wielding a chainsaw, has become a horror icon, his image forever seared into our collective unconscious. He is the embodiment of our primal fears, a relentless predator, driven by a hunger for human flesh. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not for the faint of heart. It's a brutal and unflinching portrayal of human depravity, a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are not the ones in our nightmares, but the ones living among us. Chapter 6: A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Terror of Sleep. Welcome to a world where sleep offers no escape, where nightmares bleed into reality, and a razor-fingered boogeyman stalks our subconscious. A Nightmare on Elm Street taps into our primal fear of the dark, of the vulnerability we feel when we surrender to sleep. While not directly based on a single true story, the film's creator, Wes Craven, drew inspiration from a series of real-life events that were as baffling as they were terrifying. Reports of Southeast Asian refugees dying in their sleep, seemingly from nightmares, fueled the film's chilling premise. Freddy Krueger, the film's iconic villain, is a burned and disfigured boogeyman who preys on the dreams of teenagers, making their nightmares a terrifying reality. He is the embodiment of our repressed fears, a manifestation of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of every town and every family. The film's dream sequences are a hallucinatory blend of surreal imagery and visceral horror, blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. We're trapped in a world where the rules of logic no longer apply, where our deepest fears can manifest in their most terrifying forms. A Nightmare on Elm Street reminds us that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we create ourselves, the ones that haunt the darkest corners of our minds. Chapter 7: Annabelle, Possessed by Evil. Our journey into the realm of the supernatural takes a sinister turn as we explore the chilling story of Annabelle. This film, a spin-off of the Conjuring universe, delves into the terrifying true story of a seemingly innocuous Raggedy Ann doll that became a conduit for evil. The real Annabelle doll, unlike her cinematic counterpart, is not a porcelain figure but a simple cloth doll. However, her unassuming appearance belies a dark and disturbing history. Donated to a museum of the occult, Annabelle has been blamed for a series of unexplained events. from moving on her own to leaving cryptic messages. The film Annabelle expands on the doll's sinister legacy, weaving a tale of a couple terrorized by a malevolent entity that has possessed the doll. We witness the horrifying consequences of inviting evil into our homes as the doll becomes a vessel for demonic forces. The film is a masterclass in creating a pervasive sense of dread. From the doll's vacant stare to the subtle movements that hint at a malevolent presence, Annabelle keeps the audience on edge, questioning every creak of the floorboard and every flicker of light. Annabelle is a chilling reminder that evil can take many forms, and sometimes the most innocent-looking objects can harbor the darkest secrets. Chapter 8: The Haunting in Connecticut. A family's descent. Prepare to enter a world where the veil between the living and the dead is thin, where the past refuses to stay buried, and a family's fight for survival becomes a desperate battle against unseen forces. The Haunting in Connecticut takes us on a chilling journey into the heart of a family torn apart by grief and tormented by the supernatural. Inspired by the experiences of the Snedeker family, the film plunges us into a nightmare that unfolds within the walls of a former funeral home. The house, a repository of death and sorrow, becomes a breeding ground for malevolent spirits, their energy feeding off the family's vulnerability. We witness the family's descent into terror as they are plagued by horrifying visions, disembodied voices, and unexplained occurrences. The film masterfully blurs the lines between sanity and madness, leaving the audience questioning whether the horrors the family experiences are real or a manifestation of their own grief and trauma. The Haunting in Connecticut is a chilling reminder that some houses hold on to the darkness of their past, and some wounds run deeper than we can possibly imagine. Chapter 9: The Exorcist. The Devil's Playground. Our exploration of the demonic takes us to the heart of a cultural phenomenon, a film that terrified audiences and redefined horror cinema. The Exorcist, based on the chilling true story of the exorcism of Roland Doe, remains one of the most terrifying and controversial films ever made. The film tells the story of a 12-year-old girl possessed by a demonic force, her innocence corrupted by an ancient evil. The film's depiction of possession is both terrifying and heartbreaking, as we witness the girl's transformation from a sweet and innocent child into a vessel for something dark and powerful. The Exorcist doesn't shy away from the graphic and disturbing elements of the exorcism ritual, pushing the boundaries of what was acceptable in mainstream cinema at the time. The film's unflinching depiction of the battle between good and evil, faith and doubt, left an indelible mark on popular culture. More than just a horror film, The Exorcist sparked a national conversation about the nature of good and evil, the power of faith, and the existence of the demonic. Even decades after its release, the film continues to provoke debate and disturb audiences, a testament to its enduring power. The Exorcist remains a landmark achievement in horror cinema, a chilling reminder of the power of belief and the terrifying possibilities that lie beyond the realm of the rationale. Chapter 10: The Girl Next Door, The Banality of Evil. Our journey into the darkest corners of the human psyche concludes with a film that is as difficult to watch as it is important to remember. The Girl Next Door, inspired by the true story of Sylvia Likens, is a harrowing and unflinching portrayal of the horrors that can occur when ordinary people become complicit in evil. The film tells the story of a teenage girl tortured and murdered by her caregiver and a group of neighborhood children. What makes this story even more disturbing is the fact that it was inspired by real events, a chilling reminder that the greatest horrors are often inflicted not by monsters in the shadows, but by people we know, people we trust, people we might even call our neighbors. The Girl Next Door is not a film for the faint of heart. It's a brutal and unflinching portrayal of human cruelty, a film that will stay with you long after the credits have rolled. But it's also a film that forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that evil can flourish anywhere, even in the most ordinary of places. The film is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Even in the face of unimaginable cruelty, it's a reminder that we must remain vigilant against all forms of abuse and speak out against injustice wherever we see it. The Girl Next Door is a difficult but necessary watch, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human heart and the importance of fighting for justice for those who cannot fight for themselves. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling content. Let us know in the comments which of these movies scared you the most. We've journeyed through the darkest corners of cinema, exploring the terrifying true stories that inspired some of Hollywood's most haunting films. From demonic possessions to unsolved mysteries, these films remind us that sometimes reality is far more terrifying than fiction. But remember, even in the face of fear, there's a certain thrill in confronting the unknown, in exploring the shadows that lurk at the edge of our understanding. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the spirit of Halloween alive all year round.